Hello, it is 11 a.m. in Misrata. It's 6 p.m. in Sendai. I'm Monita Rajpal. You're watching World 1 live from London. Also ahead, a heartbreaking task. More than a month after Japan's day of disaster, the police are still searching for bodies. But first, Gaddafi must go. 3 world leaders come together to send a message to the Libyan leader. U.S. President Barack Obama, U.K. Prime Minister David Cameron, and French President Nicolas Sarkozy are jointly urging Muammar Gaddafi to step down now. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, warns that the situation for people in Libya is grave. He says the humanitarian crisis is getting worse, and conditions are particularly bad in Misrata, in Al Brega, and Zintan. People there are going short of food and water. We want to get the sense now of life on the ground with CNN's Fred Pleitgen in Tripoli. Fred.
Hi, Monita. Yeah, and of course, that's why those attacks on the port of Misrata are so very, very devastating for the people there.
Opposition fighters in eastern Libya are preparing for another offensive, though. They are hoping to try to retake the small but strategically important town of Al Brega. There's Japanese authorities said more than 13,500 people were known to have been killed, but even more are still missing. Now they're searching for victims in the no-man's land around the nuclear plant. Paula Hancock joins us now live from Tokyo with the details on that. Paula.
Well, Monita, we've just spoken to the Fukushima police force, and they say that there's around 300 police who are involved in this search at this point. It started on Thursday. They expect it to last for about 10 days.
And can one assume that they're telling people who did have homes and families there to continue to stay away, that they shouldn't go back, even to perhaps to see if they have any belongings left in the area?
That's exactly what they're saying. At this point, they're saying it is a mandatory evacuation zone. We have those seen cases.
Paula Hancock in Tokyo, thank you. Serious flooding has driven thousands of people in Namibia out of their homes, and it's not the only country where rain is causing some massive problems. Let's go to our meteorologist, Jennifer Delgado, at the World Weather Center with details on that. Jen.
Hi, Monita. You're right, and reportedly 62 people have died in Namibia. Monita, you're going to be happy to know the weather is going to improve. We're talking high temperatures generally right near 17 to 16 degrees for London, and that's going to stick around. You're dry all weekend.
That's perfect. I love that temperature. That is perfect for me. Yes.
I aim to please.
Thank you very much for Jen. That's a nice weekend present. Thank you. This is World 1 live from London. London insurers and Arctic explorers may not sound like natural teammates, but there is a group of scientists in the North Pole. Here are some of the stories that we're talking about here on World 1. Heart being a teenage superstar. Justin Bieber has been under a lot of stress lately. The singer, best known for his hair, complained to his Twitter followers that he's being, quote, pulled into politics while visiting Israel. Then he promised to do the unthinkable, take a break from tweeting. Well, that turned out to be an idle threat, though. A series of tweets followed with messages like, patience is a virtue. Whew. Now, if you've seen Jurassic Park, the thought of being attacked by a predatory dinosaur is pretty scary. Now, imagine how much scarier it would be if they came to you at night. Now, scientists now think that's exactly what used to happen. They've been studying the fossil remains of eye sockets in dinosaurs and lizards and birds. Their conclusion, some dinosaurs did hunt at night. Up until now, it was believed that they were active during the day, leaving mammals free to move at night. And it's a question that's been asked since doctors began pushing the boundaries of human fertility. Just how old is too old to have a baby? 50, 60, 70? As far as Zsa Zsa Gabor is concerned, you're not even close. The 94-year-old actress and her 67-year-old husband are planning to have a baby using an egg donor, artificial insemination, and a surrogate mother. The elderly star apparently wants someone to carry on the Gabor name. Her only child, daughter Francesca, uses the surname Hilton. You're watching World 1 live from London. If you're invited to Britain's royal wedding, I have 3 words for you. Rules, rules, rules. That's what you're up against when you choose your outfit for the big day. I'll take you on my quest for the perfect royal wedding dress. We'll have that later in the show. An Italian activist and journalist who was kidnapped in Gaza has been found dead. Colleagues of 36-year-old Vittorio Arrigoni said they had last seen him on Wednesday. Phil Black joins us now from Jerusalem with more. Phil.
Monita, yes, a tragic and it would seem sudden end to this.
A bit of a snapshot and a reminder of what Gaza is really all about. It lies on the Mediterranean coast where Egypt and Israel meet. Also, to give you an idea of the population, it is twice the size of Washington, D.C., and it covers about 378 square kilometers, and it's home to more than 1.5 million Palestinians. It took, back in 1967, Israel took control of Gaza after the six-day Arab-Israeli war. Its troops occupied Gaza for 38 years. They then pulled out in 2005. And that's just a snapshot of Gaza. Of course, we'll bring you more on the situation there and the news there as we get it. For now, this is World One live from London. Coming up, bring you the latest on a developing story that we're following out of Egypt this hour, particularly the resort city of Sharm el-Sheikh. We understand that a heavy riot police presence is outside the hospital where the former President Mubarak is currently staying. We want to go now to Ivan Watson, who is in Sharm el-Sheikh, with more on that. Ivan.
Monita, we're outside Sharm el-Sheikh International Hospital. This is normally a resort town.
Ivan, what about in the capital of Cairo and Tahrir Square? There had been protests pretty much every day up until this point. We understand, though, that protesters are now not being allowed into Tahrir Square this Friday. What more do we know about that?
Well, Tahrir Square has been a battleground over the course of the past week.
Okay, Ivan Watson there in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. Thank you for that. What's it like to be Rafael Nadal? That's what I'd like to know. We can ask our Apr15 for that. He joins for all the latest in the world of sport, including news of another win for the Spanish.
Sensation?
Sensation.
Star?
That's a good one.
Okay.
You like the alliteration.
I do. I'll tell you what it's like to be Rafael Nadal. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with him a few times. Yes, as well, in your home country, in your home city, really, isn't it? Well, if you're Rafael Nadal, you're athletic, you're attractive. You know that? Not you. You're attractive as well, but if you're Rafael Nadal, you're attractive.
Dig yourself out of that.
And you win a lot. And that's what I'm going to tell you about. He has won again, and he's extended his winning streak in Monte Carlo. If the pros also have a bad day, then you can have a bad day as well.
So bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel a bit of a klutz, though, if I ever have one.
Yeah, I'm not a great golfer, but I don't know if I've ever had a 16 on a hole either.
I don't know what that means, but...
It means that you took 8 more shots to finish the hole than what you should have, because it was a par 4.
I need to practice on my golf Wii games that I understand.
Yes, do that.
You get to hang out with Nadal and Federer.
Sometimes.
I'd like to hang out with them. They sound like they seem like they're fun guys.
Sometimes, not all the time. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm their friend, but...
you know, you love them, and they love you.
I don't know that. You need to ask them that.
Thanks, Pedro. We like hanging out with you. You are watching World One live from London. You're watching World One live from London. I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. We want to give you a look at these pictures from the U.S. state of Oklahoma. This tornado was filmed passing over Tulsa, bringing strong winds and heavy hail.